My name is James Williams Jr. This is Conflict number 2. Now, this is my second part of pro-choice, pro-life. Alright, so I had to go and do some shit and handle some shit and pay some bills and shit. So I didn't get to finish the video as I started. So I'm going to finish the video now. Now, I've worked through a lot of scenarios when I write stories. You know, my Love 13 graphic novel has a lot to do with sexual assault. No, it is 100% not for fucking kids. Period. It is not for kids. No child under the age of 18 should be legally allowed to read this book. Point blank, period. You should never be allowed to read this thing until you're 18 and you understand how life works. Now, I've always tried to treat women how I would want to be treated if I was a woman. And if I was a woman and I wasn't me and I didn't know kung fu and all this other shit that I do, I would probably be a fucking rape victim. Alright? No one wakes up and says, hey, I'm going to be a rape victim. You know, they don't. And so, I love my father. And this is why I'm making this video. My father's no longer with us. And me and him, we had this debate for years because he's always been pro-life. Until I opened up his eyes. So, before my father died, he actually started seeing things the way I see it. And I'm going to tell you how I did that. I opened up his eyes like this, because I straight told him, I was your daughter. I wasn't me, but I'm your daughter. I don't know kung fu. I don't know how to fight. I'm a very intelligent girl. I'm a very pretty girl, which goes to say how ugly I truly am in life. And I'm not like a huge girl. I'm not like a fat girl. And I'm short like I am right now. I'm only 5'3". So, outside of me being me, only thing changes my gender. Not my color. My face definitely. It's way prettier. You know. And I'm raped. And my dad was like, well, you gonna keep that baby? And I said, no, I'm fucking not. And he's like, why the fuck ain't you? I didn't ask to get raped. I didn't want to have a baby before I choose to have one. And then, that's when it struck him. It's a difference in when you consent to having a baby and you are prepared to have a baby, which no one really is prepared. Just a learn as you go experience. By the second child, you should have everything you ever needed if you choose to have a second child. But it is a woman's choice to carry a baby to term. It is not the man's choice. It is a woman's choice to consent to sex and decide to having a fucking baby. And maybe I was a girl who never wanted to have a baby. Yeah, sex, cool. Mostly lesbian sex. I meant that in the most serious fucking way. Mostly because I once almost got beat up by a lesbian. But anyway, the whole concept, and all jokes aside, is that, you know, I have always tried to treat women the way I want to be treated if I was a woman. Let me tell you how well that's worked out for me. It hasn't, but in the same thing, and again, all jokes aside, you know, one day I may have a daughter, and I want her to be able to come to me. And if she's raped, she ain't never got to worry about having that baby. And the motherfucker that did it ain't never got to worry about seeing another goddamn day on the planet. Now, I got 5 sisters. I got a bunch of fucking nieces. And I do worry about their safety. Day in and day out. I will never tell those motherfuckers that shit. But day in and day out. Because, you know, if I was a girl, I would want somebody to give a flying fuck about my safety. You know. And I'm not saying that girls aren't tough. Because my martial arts skill is based on a woman named Wing Chun. So, like I said, I'm not saying girls aren't tough. But sometimes, just sometimes, shit happens. You can be a great fighter and still get your ass kicked. You can be the greatest in the world and you're bound to slip at least once. At least once. You might never ever get your ass beat again. But that one time, that one fucking time that you drop your guard or not pay attention or get distracted, you can be done. And no matter what they tell you, you can prepare yourself to walk from wherever you are through the parking lot, and you can have your keys, you can have your mace, and that doesn't guarantee you your safety, because safety is a fucking lie. There's no such thing as fucking real, true safety other than compliance or at least defiance, where you know you can fucking beat somebody's ass. You know, even female cops have been raped. So and that's a fucking fact. You know, catch them fresh out the shower. They don't take a shower with the gun. You know, so it's not impossible for it to happen. It has happened, and I'm not talking about just on Hunter the TV show, but in real life. And there have been reports about this shit where female cops have been raped. It's just a fucking fact of life. So I said to my dad, if I was your daughter and I got raped and you made me keep that baby, I would never fucking speak to you for the rest of my motherfucking existence. Not just my life, my afterlife, all that shit. Because it is a woman's right to have a baby with the person she chooses to have a right the baby with. It is not the right of the rapist to grab some girl or some unlucky chick that just happened to be at the right place at the wrong time, rape her, get her pregnant, and decide, hey, you're gonna carry my baby, bitch. No. No one has the right to do that. No one. And the parents and that woman should have the right to abort that baby. Because she didn't ask to be raped. She didn't ask to get pregnant by this asshole. No. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And pro choice is right. Pro life ain't always right. Y'all might not agree with me, and that's fine. But let me ask you this. If it's you, if you're raped and you didn't want to have a baby that's mixed, or you don't want to have a baby with someone who you just couldn't fucking stand, and they found a golden opportunity to catch you by yourself and raped you 7 ways from Sunday and get you pregnant, would you really, really want to bring that rape baby into this world? Because eventually you're going to have to tell that baby the truth. You're going to have to look that baby dead in the fucking face, eye to eye, and say, I didn't mean for you to be born. The person that is your father raped me. My family wouldn't let me get rid of you. My family wouldn't let me put you up for adoption. And I never wanted you in my life to begin with. Do you know how much damage psychologically you're going to do to that person when you tell them that they're a fucking rape baby? But here's the other thing. The truth always comes out. Even if you don't tell them. You know, their biological daddy could be a fucking serial rapist. And one day they come in and they go apply for a job. And they hit, this job requires a DNA test. And you're like, well, why do I need a DNA test? Because you might have to use your thumbprint or something to open the door. So your DNA comes back and it's a hit. And they question you at the job, and he's like, so you never been arrested? I said, well, no, I've never been arrested. I've never committed any crime. But your DNA has popped up on, like, CODIS and all these other things for things that you've done. I said, I ain't done shit. I'm only 20 years old. I haven't had enough lifetime to do... When did this shit pop up? 1977. Well, I was born in 1982. Well, somebody in your family is a rapist. And y'all don't think about that shit. I was like, what? It's like, but my mom said that she loved my dad. So now this person, they may get the job, they may not get the job. And they come home and they're in fucking tears, especially if it's a girl. Come home in tears like, you got something you want to tell me? What? My DNA popped up. And it's saying that one of my parents is a rapist. Well, you have a vagina, so it's not likely that it's you. I have a vagina, so what the fuck happened? And now you gotta tell her the truth. Your daddy raped me, that's why his ass is in jail right now for the next 15 years. He also raped 15 other girls that he basically got away with until I was the lucky fucking one that they caught him with. And you gotta think about that shit. Because the woman explaining the story that I just explained could be your daughter, could be your granddaughter, could have been your fucking mother, could have been anybody in your life that was forced to have a baby against their will because they were raped. And you think I'm wrong for believing in the woman's right to choose. So I'm going to end it right there. And I want you guys to think about that shit. Pro-choice or pro-life. There's no such thing as pro-life in a rape case. Now, let me flip the script. Now, I'm against abortion for only one reason and one reason only. If you're using it as a form of fucking birth control, that's what the fuck they make the Plan B pill for. It's what the fuck they make birth control pills for. It's what the fuck condoms are for. You want to have sex, use protection. Don't keep getting pregnant and then going to the abortion clinic because getting pregnant makes your breasts grow. Yeah, we all know that. Getting pregnant makes your breasts grow because it's preparing to feed the body that you are producing inside of your body. And if you don't know that, somewhere in your educational system when you were growing up, they failed you. Because the first thing they taught us in sex ed that when you get a girl pregnant, her body starts to change. Her bottom will get a little bigger. Her nether regions will get a little bit bigger because it's going to dilate by the time she's like 4 or 5 months. It's going to start getting a little bit bigger down there so that it's preparing to eject a human body out of it. Her boobs are definitely going to get bigger because her sacs are going to load up with milk. Most of the time, a woman's sacs don't supposedly load up until she's pregnant. Now, I don't know how much of that is true, but I'm not a girl, so I don't care. I know that condoms, birth control, Plan B works very well. Very, very well. Now, you don't have to support what I say about being pro-choice. You don't. But I will honestly tell you the fucking truth. One, you never lie to your children. Two, you do not use abortion as a means of birth control. And three, I support pro-choice because it is the woman's God-given right to choose who she wants to have a baby with. She doesn't want to have a baby with a fucking ass-cracking jerk that just decided he's going to body slam on the ground, stick his dick inside of her, bust a nut, and run away. That's fucking rape. For those who didn't understand that, body slamming her on the ground to stop her from moving, putting a knife to her neck, and telling her, I'm going to take you. Whether you like it or not, your pussy is mine. There'll be nothing you can do, and if you twitch the wrong way, I will cut your fucking throat with this knife. Or, I've got this gun to your fucking head, and I'm going to blow your fucking brains out unless you open up your legs and let me stick my dick in there. Now, all of that sounds exceptionally grotesque, and this shit happens on a daily basis. 1 in 21 women are raped every fucking day. So, I don't support fucking abortion for birth control. But I do fucking support the woman's right to choose. And more likely, in the case of rape, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Not that Bible, not those preachers, not the goddamn counselors at school, not the fucking jerk parents that decide that you're gonna keep this baby because you should have been outside. You can't keep women in the house. You can't tell them what they can and can't wear. And you can't blame their clothing attire for the fact that some asshole is a fucking stupid motherfucker who decides he's going to rape your fucking daughter. What, are you gonna lock her up till she's 90? You'll be skin and bones before she is. And when you lock kids up, they just sneak out. Why are you wasting your time trying to set yourself up for a loss? Because the more you restrict your children, the more they're gonna want to do it just because you said no. Be stern, but treat them right. No. Give them the ins and outs of what to do. Tell them to pick their friends wisely. If their friends are troublemakers, tell them, look, stop hanging with the motherfuckers, because if they go out and do something wrong, you're probably going to be the one who catches the fucking blame. Because that's generally how it works. When a good guy or a good girl hangs with somebody who's just a badass or a dumbass trying to be a badass, generally it's the good person that winds up getting caught because they freeze and they don't know what the fuck's going on, and by the time they figure out the plan, their ass is locked up. I got some cousins that's locked up right now for being dumbasses and hanging out with these fucking losers that decide, hey, we're going to go pick them up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, in the loser's defense, they didn't put a gun to my cousin's head and say, yo, come on, let's go. You know, they didn't do that. His dumbass decided, hey, I'm going out at 3 o'clock in the morning. Why are you going out at 3 o'clock in the morning? If your girlfriend isn't craving a fucking sandwich and she's pregnant, keep your fucking ass at home. And better still, if your girlfriend is craving a sandwich at 3 o'clock in the morning, you go down the kitchen and you make her fucking one. And if it don't have all the ingredients, you make her one anyway and you say, this is the best we can do. I'm not going nowhere at 3 o'clock in the morning because of my color of my skin, and I'm not going to fuck the jail for no goddamn craving of a sandwich. You take this sandwich that we got mayonnaise and we got bread, you got a sandwich. It might not be what you want, but make a wish, baby, because this is what you're going to get. I'm James Williams Jr., Comfort Habit number 2. Be seeing you.